north at West Old Acre Boulevard in Madison, a fender bender there. You've got Bell Road at Anderson Road, a fender bender. Kello Street at 11th Avenue North on the north side, an accident clearing. And a new accident on I-65 southbound at Armory Drive in Berry Hill there on the south side. For WMOT, Roots Radio from Randall.
Be Love Foundation Incorporated is collaborating with the Martha O'Brien Center to offer quality safety training for transitioning citizens, high school juniors and seniors, small businesses, and employees working in high-hazard, high-injury industries. This 10-hour OSHA training seminar is offered on December 7th and 8th at Martha O'Brien Center, located at 711 South 7th Street in Nashville. Learn more at belovefirst.org. BLOVEFIRST.org.
Every Monday night, Electric Western presents Motown Monday, the Monday night dance party at the 5 Spot in East Nashville, Tennessee. The party that GQ magazine called the most stylish party in America. Jacob Jones and Reno Bo DJ 50s and 60s rock and roll, soul, doo-wop, girl groups, and garage rock. Tuesday is $2 Tuesday, featuring an array of local, regional, and touring acts, hosted by Derek Hope. The 5 Spot, 1006 Forest Avenue, 37206.
When I was a little girl, and the devil would call my name, and I'd say, who do you think you're fooling? I'm a consecrated girl. Ooh, I'm a singer in the Sunday choir. Oh, my mama loves me, she loves me. She gets down on her knees and hugs me. Yeah, she loves me like a rock. She rocks me like the rock of ages. She loves me. She loved me, loved me, loved me, loved me. When I was grown to be a woman, and the devil would call my name, and I say, who do you think you're fooling? I'm a consecrated woman. Ooh, I can snatch a little purity. My mama loves me. She loves me. She gets down on her knees and hugs me. Yeah, she loves me like a rock. She rocks me like the rock of ages. She loves me. She loved me, loved me, loved me, loved me. If I was the president, and the Congress called my name, was the president, and I say, who do you think you're fooling? Was the president? I got the presidential seat. Ooh, I'm up on the presidential podium. My mama loves me. She loves me. She gets down on her knees and hugs me. Yeah, she loves me like a rock. Ooh, she rocks me like the rock of ages. She loves me. She loved me, loved me, loved me, loved me. She loved me, loved me, loved me, loved me. She loved me, loved me, loved me, loved me.
Breaking us apart. I can't believe you want to go. You've had my mind, you've got my soul, you have my heart. Darling, I've been good to you. I know you know that I'm not lying. What can I do? What can I say to you? All I know is I'll never stop trying to make you stay, to make a brand new start. Down the road I think you'll find you had my heart. let me know, 'cause my heart's dying. I know that we can work things through. Please may I have just a little more time. I'll prove to you what things are and what things aren't. Down the road I know you'll find you had my heart. You had my heart. I'm living in a jailhouse, a jailhouse, a jailhouse is true. A jailhouse, serving time with you. Deep dark dungeon with the gray stone walls, that's how it feels to me. A jailhouse, she threw away the key. Well, I'd rather be busting rocks in that federal pen than to be locked up with your cold, low-down heart with a shape I'm in. I've been sentenced to life for the crime of loving you. No parole or pardon can set me free when you feel the way I do. 'Cause I'm living in a jailhouse, jailhouse, jailhouse is true. A jailhouse, serving time with you. Deep dark dungeon with the gray stone walls, that's how it feels to be. A jailhouse, she threw away the key. Oh, yeah. Well, you tell me I ain't dead, except your ball and chain. And you've been tangled in a web of sorrow since the day that you changed your name. Well, baby, it's about time for me to make that big escape. Get the judge and jury to cut me loose. Take a hard look at my case, 'cause I'm a living in a jailhouse, jailhouse. The jailhouse is true. Jailhouse, a jailhouse, serving time with you. Deep dark dungeon with the gray stone walls, that's how it feels to me. Jailhouse, a jailhouse, she threw away the key. She threw
Check 1 2. Check check.
Yeah. I can't wait to go downtown. I'm so excited. Until probably June. So we're gonna venue hop though, which is gonna be cool. We're gonna go. I mean, usually there's like hopefully, but like maybe like National Palace, things like that. That's yeah, I know.
Blues About You, baby. Delbert McClinton. Oh, man, he's getting ready for his Sandy Beaches cruise in January, right after the first of the year. What fun. Before that, Jailhouse with a little bit of dragnet in there. Marty Stewart and his fabulous superlatives. We heard Robert Cray from Robert Cray and High Rhythm. You Had My Heart. And the Wailing Jennies doing Paul Simon's Loves Me Like a Rock a cappella from their new 15 album here at Roots Radio 89.5 WMOT. With me, Jesse Scott, and one more report for this evening. Randy, are we getting clear?
We are not getting clear. Still have major problems on the roadways. I-24 eastbound at Old Lake Boulevard, that earlier act, still some clearing there. But that is the good news. Bad news on the north side. Lanes blocked, I-65 north at West Old Lake Boulevard. And there's lots of jam up behind that, even though volume-wise much less than it was just a few minutes ago, of course. I-65 southbound at Armory Drive, we've got lanes blocked there also by an accident. That's where it's lane at Calhoun Avenue, a fender bender, then Bell Road and Anderson Road in Antioch. An accident there in the city. Still some OT, Roots Radio.
Thank you, Randy. Support comes from the Yeehaw Brewing Company of Tennessee to present the music at WMOT with limited interruption. Yeehaw Brewers believe in building a diverse community across Tennessee through sharing locally produced food, beverage, and music. Enjoy and always watch out for friends. YeehawBrewing.com. Well, friends, watch out for friends. And, well, if you're heading to the factory in Franklin for tonight's Music City Roots, maybe April, Mike Younger, Hannah Aldridge, and Billy Burnett will be performing. Jim Lauderdale is hosting, and that is coming your way straight up top of the hour. Always an opportunity to become a member of WMOT while you are here. And we'll have that for you just minutes from now. Right now, Willie Watson from the new Folk Singer Volume 2 album, Samson and Delilah, at Roots Radio, WMOT.
If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. With Delilah, she was a woman, she was fine and fair. She had good looks, God knows, and coal black hair. Delilah, she gained old Samson's mind. And first he saw that woman would be less time. If Delilah sat down on Samson's knees, said, tell me where your strength lies, if you please. Yeah, she talked so fine, you know, she spoke so fair. Samson told Delilah, cut off my hair. You can shave my head, clean in my hands.
Samson jumped up on that lion's back. Did you read about this beast that killed a man with his paw? Samson got his hands in the lion's jaw. Well, he reared that beast till he killed him dead. And the bees made honey in the lion's head. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I would tear this old building down. Well, you read about Samson and all of his works. He was the strongest man ever had lived on earth. You know, one day when Samson was walking along, he looked on the ground and saw an old jawbone. Well, he stretched out his arms, you know, it broke like thread. And when he got to moving, 10,000 was dead. Good God, if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my
10 minutes. 10 minutes to showtime.
I heard the 10-minute warning, right? So we're under 10 minutes. They may give me the 5-minute warning here soon. But welcome to Liberty Hall, everybody. It's good to see you. Are you out there? Anybody out there? Let me hear a little. Yeah, good. Let's get fired up. We're about to have a show, and a good one. Wonderful guest artists tonight. Some new, some returning. We haven't had Billy Burnett do a solo set in a long time, and he is the man. Just cannot wait to hear Billy, and we'll be talking to him too. I'm Craig. I do the interviews. Keith Bilbrey stands at our podium. Jim Lauderdale's our roaming host with the most, and all of us are here tonight. My little orientation usually includes encouraging you to visit the artist merchandise desk, table, counter over there during, or more even better after the show. The artists typically hang out there. We'll sign something for you, but a purchase directly to the artist means the world to them. It's the number one way that they keep on the road, and it's the best thing you can do to support really great music. You've seen the sign for Puckett's. Puckett's is up on the platform up there. Hot food. Just had my macaroni and cheese and smoked chicken. So good. And the bar, very important, is over there. Our own merchandise is out here in the hallway. They've been telling me that we've got a lot of Nashville jam to sell. So that's good. Get you some for the holidays. And when we start here at 7 o'clock on the nose, we'll be going out live over, of course, WMOT Roots Radio, 89.5 FM, which can be found at WMOT.org anytime. I do news there, by the way, so please do visit the website at WMOT.org. There's more going on there than you might think. We're covering the local and national scene from artists, issues. We have a whole series of shows and podcasts you can find there. So don't overlook WMOT.org. There's a lot going on there. Plus, you can be part of our community and donate and be a supporter of WMOT, which is the name of the game. It's listener-supported public radio, and we would appreciate you joining us there. MusicCityRoots.com, however, is the home of the show, where we've got the program notes, lineups. Of course, we just got this one more show for the season, and then we're going to we'll be telling you on live on the air about the break we're taking and what we're going to be doing in downtown Nashville. Very exciting. But we also are going out live on the web at MusicCityRoots.com. You see a Watch Live Now button, and click it. Now, obviously, you're here, so that's irrelevant to you. But if you use your digital devices and perhaps send a Facebook post or a tweet or a text to a friend and say, hey, remember that Music City Roots is live at 7 at musiccityroots.com, and we will widen this circle further and bring people into our fold and have a bigger night than otherwise. So that's kind of the deal. Nothing to add? Any questions? No, I knew it. You can certainly tap me on the shoulder here if you want to leave a note, make a request, tell us about an artist that you love. That's where it all starts. Last thing we always do is warm up the wrists and the hands with a warmer-up round of applause, because we got to be on the air like you really do care. Like you really do care. All right, y'all. Enjoy the show.
Five minutes until showtime. The show will start in 5 minutes.
Listener-supported public radio for Middle Tennessee. 89.5 WMOT, Murfreesboro, Nashville.
Two minutes till showtime. 1 minute until showtime. 1 minute. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
From the edge of Music City, live from Liberty Hall in the historic factory at Franklin, Music City Roots is on the air! Tonight, an original son of a rockabilly star playing his brand of rock and roll, a daughter of Muscle Shoals carving her own path, an acclaimed vocal trio making waves, and a songwriter with an impressive track record in the studio and an active social mission. We're ready to go, at least I think we are. It all depends on this guy and whether he's ready to go or not. Jim, I will ask you this one time. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I can introduce you as our musical host. Americana star. He is Mr. Americana. Singer, songwriter, driver of an automobile. It's Jim Lauderdale.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That's like Marilyn Monroe singing Happy Birthday to
Oh,
me,
yeah, that's it,
Keith.
Mr. President.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, I was going to try out another work in progress, you know, something I've never done in front of an audience before. I mean, I'm still kind of working on it. Never mind, I shouldn't do that tonight.
Don't put us through that again.
Oh, okay.
No,
all right.
no.
Okay.
See, we always have to act like we like it, and whether we do or we don't.
Okay, all right.
Don't
well,
wanna
here
hurt
we
your
go.
feelings.
Here we go.
Okay.
If the world is still here tomorrow, we'll do all that we can. Our work is cut out for us. Give a helping hand. We'll have our share of sorrow, and we'll have our share to do. If the world still here tomorrow, I'll still be loving you. What's been here before us, let no man destroy. If the world still here tomorrow, I'll still hope we are. If the walls around have fallen, Thank you.
Thank you. Like a song, like a proper song.
It's a work in progress. Well, thank you for indulging me, and now we're going to indulge you guys a little more with some more great music. And thank y'all for being here tonight. Welcome to Music City Roots. We've got a great show in store for you tonight. And Craig will tell you even more about it, about the lineup in a moment. But first, meet our radio announcer, the man even Vern the Voice Gosden called The Voice. Tennessee Radio Hall of Famer Keith Milbury.
Thank you.
Yeah, the compliments Keith gets on the show every week keep him going for another week, and then he gets all deflated, and then we pump him up again, and he does his thing.
That's right.
Actually, Vern used to call me my little DJ buddy there.
Oh, that's cool.
Really? That's right. We give Keith a swelled head here at Music City Roots, and then he comes back for more every week.
Keeps beating me over the head till it swells. That's what happened.
And over here is our interview guy. He's got a way with words, and he'd like to tell you about his word of the week, which is penultimate. Say hi to Craig. Say hi to Craig Havinghurst.
Good. We'll have the radio edit there. Thank you. Hey, everybody.
Ask you to tell you what it means now, huh?
Yeah, Jim. How about that? You know what penultimate means?
Yes.
See, it's one of those word people. We notice words that frequently get misused out there.
That's right.
And people tend to misuse penultimate. Some people think it means the extra ultimate, the ultimate. But what does it really mean, Jim?
Well, I know what I think it means, but I don't want to. It's kind of, it's my definition of it's different than most people, so I probably shouldn't say.
You ought to be in politics, man.
Yeah. Well, folks, it does actually mean next to last. The penultimate is next to last. It is the penultimate show of our season. It is the penultimate show of 2017 for us. Yes, Mike, you can start to make your way to the center stage. And you may have read in your program, you may have seen the news break just this week that sadly, this is our next to last show in the factory at Liberty Hall. Well, life is chapters. Yeah, you got the memo. We have an amazing opportunity to move to the heart of Music City, which will happen in the middle of 2018. We are kind of putting out information just this week and early next week about a Roots on the Road tour in venues in downtown Nashville. We've got one booked for the end of January at the City Winery and others coming on board. So we're going to have a really good time with some remote shows and take this thing on the road for the first time. And then in the middle of 2018, land at a permanent home at 6th and Peabody with Yeehaw Brewing. And we're going to be telling you a lot more about that in the time to come. And we'll miss Franklin has been an amazing town for us, an amazing place. This room sounds incredible. Yeah. We've had some beautiful times in here, and we're going to reflect on that next week. So join us for next week's show. I'll tell you about that lineup at the end of tonight. On the way to the show here, we want to say thanks to Soulshine Pizzas for many months and many years. They have helped us out by bringing the crew a hot lunch in the middle of the day because they're very close by here in Franklin at Berry Farms. And there, of course, you can find them down in Midtown in Nashville as well. Thanks, Soulshine, so much. And thanks to the Dex Imaging Company. They provide the equipment that allows us to print the programs and these fancy cards. And you can find out more about them at deximaging.com. They'd love to have you know more about them. Blackstone Brewery brings the lineup every week, and this week ends with a Rockabilly Circus, an amazing musician who hasn't been on the show since back in the Loveless days. We had one of our best sets for our public TV series was this guy. Billy Burnett's here, folks. Play some rock and roll for you. Just show him arrive before we came up here. In the third set, Ms. Hannah Aldridge from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and Nashville, Tennessee, back from a huge tour. We'll find out more about that. And the delightful vocal trio that is making waves, Maybe April, is here. Give them a round of applause. And our opening band has set up. They're big, they look fantastic, and we're ready to go. It's Jim.
Well, folks, here's an artist who sees a problem in the world and who does more than sing about it. He takes action, and that in turn feeds his music. He's earned the admiration of some of the best in the business, and we think you'll feel the same way. Please welcome Mike Younger.
I don't mind getting up early in the morning, and I don't mind working all the live long day. But mister, please just let me be when I'm dreaming, as I'm making good on my great escape when I'm drifting away. If I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, wouldn't find no dust collecting on me. And if I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, rolling down the highway, that's where I'd be. First thing they tell you is you best get your number. Next thing they tell you is you best get in line. Oh, and soon before you even get what you came for, they'll turn you away and say you run out of time. And if I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, wouldn't find no dust collecting on me. If I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, rolling down the highway, that's where I'd be. And don't it seem like every time you turn around, another dream goes up in smoke? Lord, help me find a little piece of solid ground where the air don't make me choke, where the air don't make me choke. Now you who live by the laws of the jungle know every stranger holds a trick up his sleeve. It sure makes it hard to keep faith with the goodness he's set on our side by jokers and thieves. If I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, wouldn't find no dust collecting on me. And if I was a wheel, I'd keep on rolling, rolling down the highway, that's where I'd be. Rolling down the highway, that's where I'd be. Rolling down the highway, that's where I'd be. don't mean no harm. I'm talking about a pistol packing, bullet cracking angel from the farm. They say a man can't see as clear when smoke gets in his eyes, but I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. Well, she rolled up right beside me, boys, and roped me with a glance. This whiskey chasing, barrel racing creature of romance. I can't recall what made me fall, but much to my surprise, now I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. Yeah, she's an ordinary cowgirl. She's a honky-tonker's dream. A bronco breaking, backside shaking, sidewinding, bull riding queen. Well, this ain't my first rodeo, sure ain't my first kiss. I've seen some fine things come and go, but never quite like this. They say a heart that's bitten once is always twice as shy, but I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. Yeah, she's an ordinary cowgirl. She's a honky-tonker's dream. A bronco breaking, backside shaking, sidewinding, bull riding queen. Well, this ain't my first rodeo, sure ain't my first kiss. I've seen some fine things come and go, but never quite like this. They say a heart that's bitten once is always twice as shy, but I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. No, I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. I said I just can't keep from loving her, no matter how I try. Such a pleasure to see you all, and what a beautiful introduction from Jim Lauderdale. It's a pleasure to see him again. Haven't seen him in a good long while. We're gonna play a song called "What Kind of World." This is a tune that I wrote for all the little ones out there, coming up in this crazy world. It goes like this here. I don't want to believe it when I hear people say building prisons and armies is the only way. So if it's foolish to dream about a brighter day, then foolish I have been, and foolish I will stay. Sometimes I can't help but wonder. Ooh, and sometimes I can't help but cry out loud. What kind of world are we leaving behind? What kind of world will the next of us find? When they're old enough to know better, and while they're still young enough to care. What kind of world
tell poisonous lies, shamelessly blaming all those they despise. And I try to understand, but I just can't realize why they don't try to see through the fear in their eyes. Ooh, and sometimes I can't help but wonder. Ooh, and sometimes I can't help but cry out loud. What kind of world are we leaving behind? What kind of world will the next of us find? When they're old enough to know better, and while they're still young enough to care, what kind of world will be waiting there? What's it gonna take to make us open eyes? What's it gonna take to make us see? How can we pretend to be so surprised? It don't make no sense to me. No, no, minute by minute, it grows day by day. And no matter where you turn, you're bound to be in somebody's way. And you can keep to the high road, but try as you may, there's no getting around the games people play. Ooh, and sometimes I can't help but wonder. Ooh, and sometimes I can't help but cry out loud. What kind of world are we leaving behind? What kind of world will the next of us find? When they're old enough to know better, and while they're still young enough to care, what kind of world will be waiting there? What kind of world will be waiting there? This is a song called Never Was a Dancer, and it's got a little bit of a double entendre thing going on. I got busted at band practice a couple months back, and the ladies asked me, this one's really not about dancing, is it? And it turned out they were right. It's called... There was coyotes howling out their lonesome call, and the band was rocking. Man, they were shaking the walls. And I saw a senorita sitting all by herself. So I walked on over just to see if there was somehow that I could help. Said I never was a dancer, 'cause I got two left feet. But I'll do the best I can for you, honey. If you whisper soft and sweet, but you're gonna have to show me all the steps I don't know. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, baby. Why don't we start out soft and slow? Well, she thought that I was fooling. She thought that I was getting fresh. suppose she had good reason, because I kinda was, I guess. But then I looked her in the eye, ready for whatever she might say. And she took me by the hand, man, and we were on our way. I said I never was a dancer, 'cause I got 2 left feet. But I'll do the best I can for you, honey. If you whisper soft and sweet, but you're gonna have to show me all the steps I don't know. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, baby. Why don't we start out soft and slow? Took me down the hallway where there was no one around. What she whispered in my ear was such a glorious sound. And then I took her in my arms, seeing this was my chance. Yeah, that was the night that I learned how to dance. Oh, I said I never was a dancer, 'cause I got 2 left feet. But I do the best I can for you, honey. If you whisper soft and sweet, but you're gonna have to show me all the steps I don't know. Yeah, I wanna dance with you, baby. Why don't we start out soft and slow? Soft and slow, soft and slow. Why don't we start out soft and slow? 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 It's been such a pleasure to play for you all this evening. I don't know, they run a tight ship over here, so we got time to play one more. And thank you so much. This one's called Poisoned Rivers. It's a song that I've been singing a lot here lately because the community of Nashville is sort of become targeted for an industry that isn't necessarily very good for us. And I'll let the song tell the story itself. This is called Poison Rivers. It goes like this here. By the ocean, and some would try to buy the sea and sell it back to make their fortune. of little folks like you and me. And they have long kept us divided by the many ways we disagree. And we ourselves have been misguided in our struggle to be free. I don't want their poison river. I don't want their barren fields. And the more they try to push them on me, the more that I refuse to yield. Some would rather that we never come together in the fray, but come and sit by my campfire. We don't need them anyway. I don't want their poison river. I don't want their barren fields. And the more they try to push them on me, the more that I refuse to yield. I believe a day is coming when decent folk will speak as one. May it be soon, for time's a wasting, and there is much left to be done. I don't want their poison river. I don't want their barren fields. And the more they try to push them on me, the more that I refuse to yield. I don't want their poison river. I don't want their barren fields. And the more they try to push them on me, the more that I refuse to yield. And the more they try to push them on me, the more that I refuse to yield. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks very much. It's our pleasure to be here with you this evening.
Mike Younger, everybody. Thank y'all. That was great. Mike Younger, let's hear it for him. It's great, my friend. Good to see you. It's wonderful.
That was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Well, Keith, I'll tell you, you know, these are crazy times, but I know that when I come to Music City Roots, when I hear your voice and hear all these great bands and see this audience, and when I eat at Puckett's, that everything in the world is okay for a little while.
Wow. You are a politician, aren't you?
But I'll tell you what, Keith,
I love those songs. You need to write with a little more social conscience. That would be good.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Keith. But listen, I don't want to keep the folks, you know what I'm looking forward to, and I was going to say that when I was talking about Puckett's, you know, how much I enjoy the combination of the barbecue and the coleslaw and the macaroni and cheese with barbecue sauce
blackberry
on
cobbler.
all of it. And the blackberry cobbler is like the star on the Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then hearing your voice is like the silver icicles you put on the tree. Just hearing the tones come out of your mouth. And you never know what you're going to say, so I'll leave it.
Thank you for letting me talk.
Sure.
Finally. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Puckett's for feeding our crew and artists tonight. They're feeding our live audience at concessions tonight, too. Puckett's is on a mission to spread that Southern comfort food all across the state of Tennessee. Find locations in Nashville, Franklin, Columbia, Chattanooga, and now in the borough, Murfreesboro. More information can be found at puckettsgro.com. Well, you don't buy a diamond every day, but when that special time comes, remember you've got good friends in the diamond business who just happen to have a product on the cutting edge of the diamond industry. Go to the web at star129.com to learn why and how the Star 129 was created to literally outshine ordinary diamonds. Take a look at those before and after photos of diamonds that were recut into Star 129s. Absolutely stunning. Now, here in Nashville, the Star 129 diamond is available exclusively at Forster's Diamond Outlet. If you're in the Hickory Hollow neighborhood, stop by and see a live comparison. You won't believe your eyes. Now, if you're not in Nashville, you can find a list of Star 129 dealers all around the country at star129.com. We're going to go to the chat room, but I need to mention first, Craig, that if you go out to our merch store, we have our shirts on special, $15 a piece, and you have your choice. What did I do with it? Of either some Nashville jam for free or
with the purchase
a
of a shirt.
Yeah, you get, there's all kinds of goodies to choose from that you get for free when you buy that $15 shirt. It's like half price.
It's Christmas. We're wheeling and dealing over there.
Yeah, we got something to get rid of before the end of the year is what I'm trying to say. Right. Here's Craig and Billy.
All right, thanks a lot. Yes, folks, he's got a new book and CD out, both called Crazy Like Me. He's only semi-crazy. He's a great guy. Billy Burnett, say hi to him.
Hey, how are y'all doing tonight? Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'd say you're just crazy enough to dive into a whole life of rock and roll and songwriting and music, and you've done so many different things. So I'm glad the book is out. Tell us first, before we get to the record, about what motivated the autobiography, how you approached it.
I started on it about 4 years ago and just finished it last year. And it was great because I learned a lot of stuff about my family I didn't know before, you know. Okay. So I learned a lot of things myself in the research of that, and also found a picture of my dad and Elvis at the Lauderdale Courts back in Memphis, Tennessee in 1954.
Wow, yeah.
So it was quite an experience. And the record, of course, I kind of did a record of things that I haven't recorded before, like the George Strait song we had, River of Love is on there, and a song that Roy Orbison did, a song called Dream You, which the day that Roy recorded that song, I got the call from Mick to join Fleetwood Mac.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And I said, when do you want me to join? He said, tomorrow. So I had a record deal here in the MCA, so I had to get out of my record deal and join the band the next day. So it was.
Did you run that idea by Roy Orbison and say, what do you think, Roy? Should I join Fleetwood Mac?
He actually said I should. He said I should pursue my own career and work for him.
Fascinating. Thanks, Roy.
Yeah.
So you did some research. Did you go and interview family members, old friends, old timers?
I did. I interviewed my mom. Flew to Vegas, interviewed her. Interviewed Some of my friends, and you know, a lot of the stuff was just, you know, stuff that I had done through the years.
Pulling out scrapbooks helps too. What kind of story did you find in your own personal archives of programs, photos, magazine clippings, things like that? Did that jog memories?
It did. I have boxes and boxes of pictures and magazines and stuff that I've done over the years. So I dug into that, found a picture of me. I did a Bob Dylan tour, so I found that picture, which is hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
And found I worked with John Fogerty for about 6 years, so got a lot of that stuff in there.
When you look at the variety of things you've done, the variety of roles you've played, does it make sense to you as something? Did you realize that you are a certain kind of musician and pursue a kind of career that it's a kind of career that many people don't know about when they don't they might categorize a sideman and that's a career, and a frontman and that's a career, a star, a songwriter in the background is a thing. The eclecticism that you've brought to it and adding skills to various kinds of situations make for a pretty interesting, you know, kind of life in music. I mean, does it add up to do you just have a word for that for yourself?
It's rock and roll, and I guess it's in my DNA. You know, I've been doing it since I think I did my first show at 3.5 with the Rock and Roll Trio in Memphis.
Yeah, tell folks about that. Your dad and
yeah, my dad was Dorsey Burnett. My uncle Johnny Burnett formed a band called the Rock and Roll Trio.
Yeah,
and their music was their music was kind of banned at the time, so a lot of people didn't hear about it till later.
About that.
In fact, not to be a name dropper, but I met Paul McCartney one night, and he said they got their records from the boats. You know, the guys would sell the records that were banned off the boats, and they would buy them
in Liverpool. Right, in Liverpool, which was the
and they ended
cross
up recording.
point.
They ended up recording one of their songs called "Lonesome Tears in My Eyes."
No, really?
Yeah. So
laying down the template for rockabilly music, as I understand it. Yeah.
Well, they wrote Rockabilly Boogie, and my cousin's name was Rocky. My name, of course, is Billy. And they wrote this song called Rockabilly Boogie, and that was where the name became kind of infamous, I guess, at the time.
What do you think Elvis himself picked up from those guys? I know he hung out and watched. Did he, moves, sounds, rhythms?
I think he did. I mean, it's in some of the books and a lot of the movies that he kind of like got the idea to do what he wanted to do because they rehearsed at the Lauderdale Court's laundry room.
That's something.
And from my hair, my dad used to run him off. He goes, "Get out of here, kid." And it turned out to be a few years later, Elvis Presley. So it was a small little group of people that hung out there. My mother played basketball with them and just kind of knew him. And I remember as a kid them passing around the phone when Elvis was in the Army and Red West and all the guys that worked for him. And when Elvis used to throw all them guys out of the house, they'd come and stay with us.
Nice. Well, I could do this all night. There's so many good stories. But before we go, talk about the record. I wanted to know about the Crazy Like Me album. You alluded to some of the tunes that sort of pulling from your past. You do Oh Well from the Fleetwood Mac repertoire, which is so great. You did that for us last time you played. Did you make the record all at once with a band? It's got a great sound. What was just the setting of making the record?
It was actually Gary Bells, for my birthday, gave me 2 days in the studio at the House of Blues. So I just rounded up the band and did our set.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So we did stuff that I hadn't done before. Like I said, Dream You by Roy Orbison and River of Love, which is #1 for George Strait. And a couple other things, like Oh Well.
Yeah.
I used to perform that with Fleetwood Mac every night. So we did a little bit of everything for the record. And Crazy Like Me itself has been cut. It was on Willie Nelson's last album.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all just cut by Jerry Lee Lewis.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
So
well, the record, folks, sounds like, and there, by the way, the book and the record are for sale at the Curved
Right
Counter.
over there with that red head over there in the corner.
But the sound of it is exactly that. It is a tremendously skilled band that knows each other, that knows this material inside and out, just playing. And it couldn't be more honest, and we appreciate that. So, well, Billy, good to see you. Billy Burnett, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Great. Allie Sutton's over there. There's a lot of beautiful women on the stage. Allie, I know, is one of them. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm in the holiday spirit.
You are?
I am.
Let us know what's up in the chili world of chili.
Sounds good. It's time for a word from our very fine sponsor, Vietti Chili. Santa comes on Christmas Eve, I'll be good and ready. It won't be cookies and milk I leave, it'll be Vietti. He'll be chilly, so I'll have chili to warm my holiday guest. Vietti chili will make this year the very Vietti best. The very Vietti best. The very Vietti best. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan, for the background puppets. Happy holidays, everyone. Now back to the show, Mr. Jim Lauderdale.
Allie Sutton, everybody. Well, the musicians about to perform for you now hail from California, Arkansas, and Illinois. And as so often happens, it took Nashville to bring them together. And since 2002, they've honed their harmony and rich sound and made quite a name for themselves. And that name is Maybe April.
Gave you every chance I could. Restored the ground wherever you stood. And every time I turned around, you always let me down. What's the point in giving out my heart if it's just gonna sit behind bars? Cause it seems like I gotta drag love out of you. You don't get to choose anymore. Cause I'm not waiting around for you to grow up, for you to show up and fight for me. I'm not sitting at home waiting on you to wise up, for you to give it up. I don't care if you don't believe, you'll find out soon enough it's real. Cause maybe last time wasn't the last time, but baby this time it's the last time. How many chances did you need before you thought I would really leave? And you're probably still thinking I'll come back again and let you win. But I'm not waiting around for you to grow up, for you to show up and fight for me. I'm not sitting at home waiting on you to wise up, for you to give it up. I don't care if you don't believe, you'll find out soon enough it's real. Maybe last time wasn't the last time, but baby this time it's the last time. I wanted you and me more than you could believe, but baby now I see that I'm not waiting around for you to grow up, for you to show up and fight for me. I'm not sitting at home waiting on you to wise up, for you to give it up. I'm not waiting around for you to grow up, for you to show up and fight for me. I'm not sitting at home waiting on you to wise up, for you to give it up. I don't care if you don't believe, you'll find out soon enough it's real. Maybe last time wasn't the last time, but baby this time. Maybe last time wasn't the last time, but baby this time it's the last time. It's the last time.
How you doing?
Hi.
Where may be April? My name's Elena.
My name's Katie.
And I'm Kristen.
This is our very first Music City Roots. We're
We're
so
so
excited to
excited.
be here.
It's so awesome.
We've been dreaming of this since it was out at Loveless Barn, hoping to be out here. So it's great to see all of you. It's great to be here. Thanks for having us. This next song we wrote with our friend Dean Fields, and it's about a lot of opposites. It's called Truth Is.
The truth is, I don't think about you. I don't see your face in every stranger on the street. The truth is, I don't think about you. I don't spend 1 second wishing you were holding me. The grass is blue, the sky is gray. Dolly Parton's really lean. Birds swim, fish flash. Willie Nelson don't get high. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 2. And the truth is, I'm over you. The truth is, I've never been happier. I don't ask your friends to find out if you ask about me. The truth is, I'm better now, I'm better off. I'd never go back to you, even if you beg me, baby, please. The grass is blue, the sky is gray. Dolly Parton's really lean. Birds swim, fish flash. Willie Nelson don't get high. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 2. And the truth is, I'm over you. The truth is just a lie you tell yourself until it's true. Until I'm over you. The grass is blue, the sky is gray. Dolly Parton's really lean. Birds swim, fish flash. Willie Nelson don't get high. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 2. I couldn't miss you if I wanted to. I'm over you.
It's like when you're just so excited and nervous and you just don't know what to say. It's
Well,
happening.
this next one we wrote with our friend Jason Duke, and it's kind of just fondly looking back on that first love and knowing maybe it wasn't right, but you still got good memories.
Last spot, Kroger parking lot, blue bubble gum. Every time it pops, backyard, backs on the trampoline. Stars looking down, wishing on you and me. Stop signs, 'cause there was one on your road. Red lights and all the kisses that you stole. Red flannel shirts that keep me warm. Think I still got one of yours. 16, 17, numbers didn't mean a thing. We could do anything as long as I was in your arms. Ain't a corner in this town that we didn't go around. Ever had a nice sound till 18 broke our hearts. You were my first, thought you were the 1, 2, 3 little words, and then we grew up. You were my young. I used to think 23 was Used to think I'd never let you go. Used to think God got it wrong. Isn't that just what you thought? At 16, 17, numbers didn't mean a thing. We could do anything as long as I was with you. Ain't a corner in this town that we didn't go around. Forever had a nice time till 18 broke our hearts. You were my first verse, thought you were the 1, 2, 3 little words, and then we grew up. You were my gonna last. You were a promise ring that I still have. So I still have 16, 17. 16, 17. 16, 17, numbers didn't mean a thing. We could do anything as long as I was in your arms. Ain't a corner in this town that we didn't go around. Forever had a nice time till 18 broke our hearts. You were my first verse, thought you were the 1, 2, 3 little words, and then we grew up. You were my young. You were my young. You were my young.
Thank you. Well, let's introduce these awesome guys up here. We got Ford Gerard on the bass. We got Sam McCullough back here on drums. And we met, I guess, what was it, 5 years ago? Time keeps going really, really quickly. We met at Grammy Camp that the Grammy Foundation puts on here in Nashville. And Ford was actually at that camp where we all met. So it's pretty cool coming full circle and still be playing shows together. They're also in a really, really awesome band, Boy Named Banjo. Y'all should check out.
Check them out. And we told them, we said, you guys dress kind of nice, and look how handsome they look. Don't they look so good? And they're never playing with us again.
This one's called Already Gone.
I know you smoke cigarettes just to piss me off. So go ahead and enjoy it. 'Cause tonight they're all you've got. I'm tired of being second best to anything that gets you higher than I can. Don't you wanna love something that can really love you back? I can really love you back. Oh, why can't I be what you are to me? Enough at the end of a good or a bad day. When something else comes along, I know you'll be gone. Then you come back like it never even happened. But every step you take back to me is one you're gonna make to leave again. I miss you like you're already gone. The way you come and go makes me believe in ghosts. I feel you when I see you, but you're not really here, I know. Why do I run after you, crying, calling, trying to change your mind? Why can't I just change mine? Oh,
miss you like you're already gone. You say that I saved you, but I couldn't save us. Oh, I'll never be what you were to me. Enough at the end of a good or a bad day. When something else comes along, you'll always be gone. Don't come back like it never even happened. 'Cause every step you take back to me is one you're gonna make to leave again. I don't miss you. I don't miss you. I don't miss you. I'm already gone.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. So, this last song is it's called "Fool for You," but its alternate name is the Keith Urban song because Kristen and I, in particular, we really love Keith Urban. We think he's an incredible guitar player and singer and just all around cool guy. Not that we've met him. Well, actually, Kristen played with Keith Urban once. How many years ago now?
7.
7 years ago, when she was just a wee lass.
A wee lass.
And anyway, that was her introduction kind of into country music and into Nashville and Americana music. And
yeah, believe it or not, I was into heavy metal at the time.
It's true. It's true, as you can probably tell from our music. But anyway, we really admire Keith Urban, and this one we wrote with him in mind. And if you know him, just, don't be afraid. Pop your phone out, send it on out to him, and you pretty much will make our entire lives.
You never know.
So cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I see some phones out. All right.
They're ready.
Some Keith friends.
That's why we have smartphones now. For this moment.
Anyway, this one's called "Fool for You." Thank you guys so much for coming out and listening. We're
Thank
really
you.
excited to see everybody
Thank you.
else. And yeah, thank
We're
you.
so
You guys are
excited to hear
fabulous.
the rest of the awesome bands tonight.
Oh no, I should've never ever let you go. I've been pacing the floor since you walked out the door tonight. Don't go, I should've yelled it out the window, but you took the words out my mouth when you left this house, along with everything else. Now I know I was the fool who didn't know I had it good, but I never reached a hand out to you. No, couldn't love the way you do. Baby, now I'm ready to. I'll be a fool for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll be a fool for you. All the reasons I can count for you leaving. It's an eye for the things that I put you through. But baby, I can't. I know I was the fool who didn't know I had it good, but I never reached a hand out to you. No, couldn't love the way you do. Baby, now I'm ready to. I'll be a fool for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll be a fool for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll be a fool for you.
Thank y'all so much. Have a great night.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Maybe April. Yeah. That was great, you guys. Maybe April. Maybe April and definitely wonderful.
Yeah.
How about that? You can use that quote.
You're just full of them tonight, aren't you?
Oh, I guess
Flows
it's
out of your
the
mouth.
holiday spirit,
Yeah, I
Keith.
guess that's
and
right.
Speaking of the holidays, Keith, I wish you'd give me an early Christmas present this year. The only thing I want this year for Christmas is to hear you do one of those good old-fashioned station IDs. That would just be the best gift I could think of. Would you do that for
I don't know
old
whether I
Jim?
can afford it or not, but I'll try.
Thank you.
The one with the finger over the ear?
Oh, yes.
The whole 9 yards.
Yes.
All right, here we go. You're listening to Roots Radio, 89.5 WMOT, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Franklin, Americana, deep and wide. Is that okay?
Oh, gosh, now it's Christmas.
Hold
Thank
your
you,
applause.
Keith. Thank you.
Well, please remember to support public radio. Find your way to WMOT.org and press that donate button. It can get you invited to private members events like the next Wired In with Jesse Scott coming up at City Winery on December 20th. Oh, it's going to be so good. Raul Malo is going to be there and bring some of his friends. So you need to get in on that. Speaking of WMOT, we'd like to give a shout out to Acceptance Auto Insurance, who not only support our nationwide PBS TV series, they also underwrite the Acceptance Morning Ride on WMOT with your witness, Whit Hubner. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. with 12 offices all around Middle Tennessee and 400 across the country. Wherever your song takes you, Acceptance has you covered. Learn more at acceptance.com. Your terms, accepted. Craig, I'd like to give a shout out. This guy amazes me. You see him on the news on Channel 5. He gets a rare night off, and he comes to Music City Roots and just knocks me out. Roy Johnston from News Channel 5. Roy, it's good to see you here tonight. Not sure where you're sitting, but it's good to have you. Here's Craig Havikhurst.
Appreciate it, Keith. Folks, offered a great opening set. He's got a terrific current album called Little Folks Like You and Me. Mike Younger, make him welcome, please.
Thank you.
Hello, hello. Let's see. Last time we chatted, you were telling me, I think you had just come back from the demonstrations in Standing Rock. And a lot of us watched Standing Rock on the news. This is, of course, protesting the pipeline through a whole lot of land, but including tribal lands. Give people a catch up and why you got motivated, what yourself involved in.
Well, what a lot of people are only beginning to find out now is that Nashville itself is slated for the development of major fossil fuel infrastructure. There's going to be in Cane Ridge, which is down in the southeast Antioch area. There's a compressor station going in there, and in Jolton on the north side of town. And they're two of the largest compressor stations in the country, and they're going to be tying into some old pipelines that have been laid in place since the 1940s. And they basically informed the community that we had 30 days to comment, but that there was nothing that could be done to prevent it. So we took it on ourselves to take photographs of how poor their infrastructure is. I'm talking about 30-inch transcontinental pipelines under, in some cases, 750 pounds per square inch of pressure, and they're corroded, visibly laying in the creek, waiting for some debris to hit it and whatever. We fought this battle, and when the Standing Rock situation came around, we recognized and found common cause with another vulnerable community in the path of unwanted fossil fuel infrastructure.
So the Nashville situation you were aware of some time ago before the Standing Rock
that started in
demonstrations last winter?
2015, and
Okay.
2016 was when Standing Rock really came to light. And because my community felt such great solidarity with the community of Standing Rock, which was unlikely. We're talking about a very rural sort of northern Davidson County into Cheatham and Robertson. The people felt so strongly in support of the Standing Rock community that I had the great honor of taking 7 live hogs in addition to a 28-foot trailer packed to the rafters with winter camping and supplies for camp. And it was my first interstate hog delivery, as a matter of fact. When you ask what do the farmers of Middle Tennessee have to offer to support, I showed up with 7 hogs, and that was we showed them a little support Tennessee style.
Well, how long does your history of mingling music and activism go? Was music and your life at the same? Did the two seem inseparable from the beginning somehow?
Craig, I've always been uncomfortable with the term activist. I don't necessarily see myself that way. I'm a songwriter. It's just that my community has been bullied around and had their arms twisted by a big corporation. And when something like that happens, you either go back to your corner and do your own thing and forget about community, or you stand together with your neighbors and you fight for the future. We ran down every possible channel of elected officials and regulatory agencies, et cetera, everywhere we went. The oil and gas business had been there before us and had spent their dollars and flexed their muscle, and those people had already made their decision about how things were going to go. It didn't really matter how rusted their pipelines were or not, that type of thing. And we got to basically peek behind the curtain about how that stuff is regulated.
What's your own personal definition of your community, where you are at any given time, or do you have a home, terrain, and people that you identify with?
I have a 5-acre mini farm in North Davidson in Jolton, Whites Creek area, and that community has been my home since 2010. And over the course of our little stand against the oil and gas business, I've gotten to know my neighbors. A lot more of my neighbors than I would have in any other way, and the diversity of our community is something that has really been inspiring to me, that we were able to come together in spite of the poisonous environment or landscape on the national level, politically.
So circling back to music for a second, music we heard tonight, is this mostly off little folks like you and me, new music? Where would you say, tell folks you are in that sort of recording cycle, and what you're most active and passionate about as a musician right now?
I feel whenever I am graced with the blessing of standing up to the microphone and having people listening to me and my music, I feel like it's really important to put out a message of love and acceptance and, solidarity with my people of all diverse communities in this nation. And some of our brothers and sisters are getting squeezed, and it's important for all of us to sort of realize that we are our nation and we must stand up together for each other and such. And this is the message that I've kind of felt deep in my heart, and it's one that I try to get across in my music. So,
right on. We need more voices like that. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
good
Craig.
luck with more stuff. Glad to have you finally on the show. It's been too long. Mike Younger, one more time, everybody. Yay.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Well, folks, in a time when quite a few current generation artists are visiting Muscle Shoals to pick up on a classic soul sound, here's an artist originally from Muscle Shoals with a sound all her own. Her new album is Gold Rush, and we're proud to welcome back to Roots. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Hannah Aldridge.
Thank y'all for that. I sure am glad to be here tonight. I'm glad to be home. I've been out on the road for quite a long time. And it's really good to be back in Nashville with some of my favorite people on stage and having some of my favorite people out in the audience. And I'm going to play you some songs off my new record and some songs off my old record. And this next one I wrote about people in bars, because you kind of see the same people all the time out there. And there's some people that every night is a Saturday night for them. So I wrote that song. If you are that person, the song is for you. Sailed on through the ash and dust, called my name on cannonball. I'm about to self-destruct. Well, I'm way too old to be alone and way too young to die. I should probably head back to Muscle Shoals where I'm straight enough to drive. Why you gotta be here every time I'm broke out? Town, and I know your kind does too. I don't need another reason to hate myself. I don't need another bad tattoo. Why you gotta be here? Nobody wants to be here. Ooh, I know too much about you. Ooh, I know too much, baby. I know too much about you. Dangerous place for a girl like me. It's a dangerous place for a girl like me. It's a dangerous place for a girl like me. It's a dangerous place for a girl like me. Ooh, I know too much about you. Ooh, I know too much about you. It's a dangerous place. It's a dangerous place for a girl like me. It's a dangerous, dangerous place. It's a dangerous place for a girl like me. Oh, I know too much about you. Oh, I know too much about you. Thank y'all for that. Well, I've lived in Nashville for 15 years. Grew up in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And the one thing that I really have learned so much about being in Nashville is learning how to write songs for something other than me and for something other than my own projects. And in doing so, I've learned to co-write. And I went and met this guy named Randall Clay. I had never met him before, and I walked into my co-writing session and saw him and immediately thought, we're going to write a murder song today. And then we wrote a really sweet country song, and I put it on my last record. And it goes like this. I miss you like morphine, straight to my veins. I know I shouldn't be here, but I'm here anyway. I swear I'll be gone when the sun hits your eyes. But if you don't mind, I'd like you to love me tonight. I know you don't need me the way I need you. Just for my sake, will you say that you do? Well, I don't need roses. Hell, I don't need wine. Well, all that I need is you like you love me tonight. I like you love me, and I don't know the truth. Better without me. I'm worse without you. Oh, I still have your love, and you still want mine. So just for old times, I'd like you to love me tonight, alright? You can hate me tomorrow, but if you don't mind, we'll look me in the eye. Don't lie like you love me tonight. Well, just for old times, I like you love me tonight. I miss you like morphine, straight to my veins. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I'm playing a show in Birmingham on Friday, and I wrote this song after I played in Birmingham last time at a place called The Nick, and I'll be back there on Friday, and I'm excited to play this song there. And I wrote this song because that show was a hard show, and it was a long night, and I went back to my hotel room and wrote this song afterwards, and just released a music video for it that I shot here in Nashville as well. It's called Burning Down Birmingham. Four whiskeys in to a pack of Lucky Strikes. I take my heartache with appreciate that. This is going to be our last song, and this sure has been fun to come back to Music City Roots. I was here years and years ago. There are many miles under my feet since then, and many stories and songs and things like that that have been written, and I sure look forward to coming back. This next song that I'm going to sing is one that is on my new record, Gold Rush, and it's a spooky song. It's called Lace.
Well, I've got a fever it's wearing me out since you looked at my lips that way. So call me sugar, settle me down, I'll wrap you in poison and lace. Well, I like my whiskey, how I like my men, right on the tip of my tongue. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I think I've fallen in love. So kiss me like you own me, hold me like a heathen, call me Delilah. I can be your favorite sin. I've been a good girl most of my life, so I wanna know what the devil feels like. Your bad decision, a thorn in my pride, the venom I want in my veins. So lean a little closer, let me whisper in your ear, I'll say more take it day. Kiss me like you want me, hold me like a heathen, call me Delilah. I can be your favorite
Hannah Aldridge. Wow, that was fantastic, y'all. Hannah, thank you so much. That was great. Hannah Aldridge, let's hear it for her.
Standing ovation.
Guys, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I believe we had a scald on that
Yes,
one.
we do. We
Put
sure
the
do.
scald on.
Gosh, Keith, I don't want to seem like a spoiled child, but I really appreciate and loved the Christmas gift from earlier. That was great.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
I know it should be enough, but I'd sure love another one. Some other, just an announcement or anything you would say to the folks out there watching or in Radio Land or here live, that would just make my Christmas that much special. If you
Well,
do
if that's
something.
all it takes, stand back, okay?
You think we can get him to do something, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Would you like that? All right, Keith, it's all yours.
You make me feel so unnecessary. Music City Roots receives support for this broadcast from businesses that are leaders in our community, like Ascend Federal Credit Union, the preferred credit union of Middle Tennessee State University Athletics. Ascend offers convenient online account access, bill payment, and statements with an app to access your accounts on the go. Visit ascendfcu.org to register for e-services from Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA. Membership is limited. Now, let's go over to the chat room and Craig Havighurst.
All right. Thanks, Keith Bilbrey. Are we on? We are on. Folks, great set, obviously. Thanks for the standing ovation. One more time for Hannah Aldridge. Find out a little bit what's going on in her life.
Thank you.
She is having a birthday this week, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
30 years old on Friday?
Yeah, don't tell everybody.
Come on.
Don't tell everybody.
Congrats. Another milestone. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Well,
Yes, no,
you've
I'm-
made a lot of great music by 30 years old. That's
Well, thank
really
you. Thank you for
tremendous. You've just come back from what sounded like a blockbuster tour.
It was a long one.
How many countries? What?
A lot. I felt like all of them. I think it was 7, it was great. I did it as a full band tour. I had my friends Jetbone. They're from Sweden, and I met up with them. We had one rehearsal, and then we set off for like 55 dates or something like that. It was crazy, and we piled into a van and just went around Europe, and it was great. It was really fun.
Was that kind of a
Well, I had toured with them about a year or 2 years ago, I guess it was. We did a month-long tour. But this was a pretty long tour for both of us, and the way that we did it was that we shared the bill, and they came on as my backing band, and it was incredible. I mean, really, these guys just picked up my songs and learned to play them, and it was great. We became like family, you know.
That's so great. Well, yeah, for a minute I would have imagined it was this group. This is your Nashville unit.
Yep.
Tell us about your Nashville unit a little bit.
Yeah, so actually I'm really lucky because these guys, a lot of them have been with me for years and years, have just helped me grow as a musician and as an artist tremendously. Jordan on keys, he actually produced my record with Alan as well, and then he sang, and we've written together, and and then Matthew has played with me for a long time. Garrett is actually Jordan's cousin. We went to school together, so, and then Sean also is a friend of Jordan's that played on the record as well. So these guys are just incredible, and they've really helped me a lot.
Got to have chemistry, right? It's
absolutely.
Got to feel right. So the album is Gold Rush, came out this year, tremendous record. So you are. I want to ask you in a minute about kind of what you think about the Muscle Shoals revival that's going on, because it's fascinating. But having grown up with a largely country songwriting dad and knowing the legacy of the soul sound of Muscle Shoals, still what you are doing just seems like unreconstructed rock and roll. That's what your passion seems to be.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to kind of push the boundaries of what a female artist is allowed to do and what you're allowed to say, and then also beyond that, just kind of, I really enjoy doing something that is a little deeper and meaningful to me, and can be a little bit of a hard sell sometimes. And I've just really, it's been amazing that people have really latched onto it and have kind of gone along for the ride, because I started acoustic and then moved into rock.
That's right.
So it's been really interesting for me to kind of recreate that, and try to figure out how can you take a song that you write on an acoustic guitar and make it a rock song.
Cool. Yeah. You seem comfortable in darker territory.
I'm very.
that That's
Very
where
much so.
and a lot of
What
people
gave you that
art
impression?
art is fraught, and when you try to do something about puppies and rainbows, it never feels quite right.
No,
but
I don't
talk about that and how you negotiate with your co-writers, and when kind of how to get in that comfort zone where you feel like you got something gristly
Sure.
and meaty.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that when people write with me, they kind of know that we're going to step into a darker territory, and you have to be fearless. I mean, in every kind of way, but you have to not be afraid to say things that are dark, when you're in your co-write, and say, what do you think about this line? And so I kind of latch to those people that are not afraid and are fearless just in their writing in general and willing to explore a little bit, And so that for me is kind of how I'm just better at that, So
Got to go with what your lane. Muscle Shoals is a wonderful, it's a mega American story, and it does seem like we encounter more and more bands who've gone there to partake of the waters and the studios and the legacy. There's more artists from the area, from the Secret Sisters to John Paul White, who kind of wear it more on their sleeve.
Sure.
And what do you make of the revival and the spirit that's surrounding it?
I think absolutely nothing bad about it, that's for sure. I think it's wonderful, and it is really cool. It also, for me, is a little hard to kind of see that objectively because I grew up in it, like Fame Studios is somewhere that I just went after school because that's where my dad worked, and so for me, it's just a part of my life, and it's just a part of who I am, and sure, that's really cool to me that Muscle Shoals has gotten some attention. I don't really wear it on my sleeve necessarily because of the fact that it's just a part of my legacy, I guess, and who I am and in my blood, and that's the same as Nashville for me,
And I've not gotten to visit. I got to make a point, but I mean, one of the things I'm curious about is if you were to go there on a given Tuesday or a given Friday, is there some like cafe where all the studio people and the engineers kind of go in?
Yeah,
is there
absolutely.
a little community, a block of recording
there
zone?
is. Yeah, well, there's a cafe that a lot of people go to. It's called Rivertown, and I love to go there because you see everybody. But really, it's more like an episode of Cheers when you go in there. It's not really like, oh, there's the musicians, If you were to go there on any given day in general and you were to go to see Fame, you would be shocked by the fact that it sits right behind like a CVS and a Kroger, and you wouldn't ever expect it to have the musical history that it does. It just doesn't strike you as a town that has that kind of musical impact in the community, and so it is really interesting. It feels very normal, so especially since it's not at all. So
Tremendous. No, it's a very special spot on the planet. I think it's some confluence of old energy vibes going on there.
Absolutely. It is a really neat place, though. I do recommend that you go there because it's really cool. It is a really cool place.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you in Nashville.
Thank you for
Hannah
having me.
Aldridge, one more time, everybody.
Thank you.
Great set.
Thank you.
One more thing to go, Jim.
All right. From Memphis to the world to Nashville, Tennessee, this musician has played and traveled and lived the rock and roll life, contributing so many gifts of songwriting, guitar playing, and singing. He's a longtime friend of the show who's got a new album out called Crazy Like Me. Well, if this is crazy, then sign us up. Folks, please make some noise for Billy Burnett.
Cause you're hotter than the 4th of July. Like it cause you got the wild look in your eye. Like it cause you're reckless and
know your mama care for me much. I believe your daddy's getting used to us. We're both thinking we're out of our tree. And I love you 'cause you're crazy like me, like me. Love you 'cause you're crazy like me. Welcome to Music City Roots. How are we all feeling tonight? How you doing, Miss Bramlett?
Oh my goodness.
Becca Bramlett over here.
I'm far better for being here.
We got any bluegrass fans in the house? Well, we don't know any. No, we do. We're gonna do one now that the Del McCoury Band did. A friend of mine, Sean Camp, and myself wrote this song. Should mention Dennis Morgan's in the house, a master songwriter. He wrote that first one with us. different tuning on this one here. Hold on one second. We got any Fleetwood Mac fans in the house? We're going to do, I was with them for almost 9 years. And we're going to do one now that I did every night with them. And it's on the new record. And the beautiful redhead back there, Charlotte, is selling them tonight for me. So if you want one, go over there and get one. And there's a book I've got out right now called Crazy Like Me as well.
I'll be your God now. But don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to. Thank you. You're so kind. Have we got time for one more? Two more? to help you get through it. I got nothing to do, no, all night to do it. I got nothing to do, no, all night to do it. Now do it. Baby, dry your eyes. There's no need to cry. This could be your lucky night. Someone to help you get through it. I got nothing to do and all night to do it. I got nothing to do and all night to do it. I got nothing to do and all night to do it. Hey baby, I got nothing to do and all night to do it. Let's take it on home. Todd Sharp on the guitar over here. The great Todd Sharp, we worked together. He worked with Rod Stewart for like many years and Hall & Oates and you name it, he's played with them. Back there on the Skins, we got Mr. Jimmy Lester. The great Jimmy Lester.
Well, introduce this handsome for man.
Jared Manzo. And this is Jared's first time with us tonight. So we got any rockabilly fans in the house? Did I forget somebody?
Good old what's her head. Don't worry about me.
No, Miss Becca Bramlett, everybody, come on.
That last song you sang got me in the sack with you, so I can't believe you forgot all about me. That was 1,000,000 years ago, and I still like you, so whatever.
I don't believe I told that one, but we're on TV. You know we're on TV, Becca.
Well, what? Am I new?
Okay, let's get this. This song my dad and uncle did back in the 50s. A little song called Tear It Up. It's been cut by Rod Stewart, and all kind of people have done this song.
Aerosmith.
And it's on my new record. You can get right over there. Come on, little baby, tear that dance floor up. Come on, little mama, see you strut your stuff. Come on, little baby, tear that dance floor up. Tear
for this band one time now.
Billy Burnett, everybody.
Thank you, Jim Lauderdale.
Wow.
Billy Burnett. Let's hear it for him, y'all. Woo. Yeah.
That's the real deal, folks. Man. Billy didn't tell us Becca was coming. That's royalty. What a treat. Billy and Becca reunited again on our stage. That means the world, man. That was fantastic. There's one more song to go. There's a Nashville jam ahead, so stick around for that. It's always a good time. Never a train wreck. Never a train wreck. You've been listening to all this fun on 89.5 WMOT, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Franklin, better known as Roots Radio, off the campus of Middle Tennessee University. And we have such a good time with them. Thanks so much to them. And thanks to the artists tonight in the Blackstone Brewery lineup. Mike Younger opened the show so well. Maybe April, Hannah Aldridge, and Billy Burnett. One time for everybody.
Yeah.
As I said at the beginning of the show.
Chuck Berry song now.
Yeah. As I said at the beginning of the show, we've got one more show of the season and the year. Come for our gala celebration. We're going to do, I think next week we're planning about a 38-minute jam to wind things up at this wonderful venue. And for the whole year of 2017, and wish you all a happy holidays. And anyway, what we're going to be hearing from is Susie Boggess, Anthony DaCosta, the Whiskey Gentry, Grass to Mouth, our own little house string band, and Dawn Landis. That's going to be happening. And then in January, start looking around for information about our City Winery show, Music City Roots on the road at the City Winery, January 27th. John Oates is confirmed, some other artists being named in the coming weeks, and it'll be an unprecedented event. We'll be doing a downtown Nashville show for the first time. I think Keith Bilbrey has some announcements before we move on to the jam portion of the night. What do you got, Keith?
Well, I want to say thanks to Fender Amplification and Shure Microphones for their support with some of the gear we use to produce this fine sound. And, of course, to Sound Image for the live sound reinforcement, some of the industry's finest engineers out there turning the knobs. Speaking of turning the knobs, we've got a guy coming to center stage now that has done a fantastic job. Looks like everyone's ready for the final jam. We've got a big sale tonight on Nashville Jam. Stop by on your way out. Take some home for great holiday gifts. Please stand up and welcome the one, the only. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jim Lauderdale.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Santa. Santa Bilbrey.
That's
everybody.
me.
Well, listen, folks, sing along on the chorus of this. This is one that Billy recommended us do. It's a Chuck Berry song called Run, Rudolph, Run.
Out of all the reindeer, you know you're the mastermind. Run, run, Rudolph, Randolph ain't too far behind. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta come to town. Santa make him hurry, hell, he can take the freeway.
you next week here at Music City Roots.
Music City Roots is a production of Hang Dime Media. Don't forget to tune in to 89.5 WMOT Roots Radio tonight on your way home. If you're already listening, don't touch that dial. I'm Keith Bilbrey, and from the edge of Music City, good night, everybody.